Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. Continued disrespect to championship belts. Continuing to put Baron Corbin in the main events of Monday Night Raw. Continuing to change a whole bunch of things that do not need to be changed. And we are bringing the hammer down on everything wrong with tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw right here and right now. My name is Nick Nightmare, and you are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Monday Night Raw review. It's crazy. Let's do it. All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me once again. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know how to feel anymore about this show. Now, if you watched tonight's 3-hour debacle that is known as Monday Night Raw and you had a genuine good time, then I envy you. I envy you greatly. I want to know what it is about tonight's show that made you all so ecstatic. Oh, AJ Styles is going to be fighting Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. Yeah, that's going to be a great match. You could put those two guys together on any card, in any venue, in any country in the world, and you are going to get probably a 5-star match. You're talking about two of the very best in the world. Well, what are you complaining about, Mr. Nightmare? I'm going to tell you what I'm complaining about. We'll get to all that in a minute. But first, I want to introduce you guys to some of our friends. Let's take a look at some of our friends. Look at our little friends we got. See, look at this. This is a little fucking girl. We'll call her Abigail, right? We'll call her not Sister Abigail. We got this little lamb-looking guy. We'll call him Louie. Hey, Louie the Lamb, how you doing? And then we got this fucking bunny, right? We got this little bunny for Easter weekend. Hope you guys had a great Easter holiday. We got a little fucking bunny over here. Because like I told you guys last week, I could play with fucking puppets too. And welcome to the Sledgehammer TV Funhouse. Right? We got the Funhouse here. Now, what would happen if this is what I did every week? Some of you guys might dig this, just like some of you guys might have dug what Bray Wyatt did tonight. But all I wanted to do was start smashing his little Mr. Rogers wannabe set up into a million pieces. I don't know if he's trying to be Mr. Rogers. I don't know if he's trying to be Pee Wee Herman. But you want to give me all these puppets. You want to give me this set. You want to turn this guy who was a dark and creepy guy into some twisted thing. Now, some people might want to just sit back and take this with a grain of salt. This is the first thing we've seen, right? Since we've got all the little creepy little zombie vulture bird in the box, and then we got the little, Jigsaw's little girlfriend puppet that he's got to play with. I got these 3 puppets, so I'm going to leave them here throughout the entirety of this little Bray Wyatt soliloquy. And the fact of the matter is, what is the point of doing such a drastic change? Oh, well, he's going to have a schizophrenic personality. Maybe he's going to be like Mr. Rogers 1 minute and then snap back into old Bray. Why do we need all this? You know what's one thing Monday Night Raw needs less of? Skits. You know what we need a whole lot less of? Comedy. You want to have Bray Wyatt in there with a bunch of puppets surrounding him in a stupid thing, and without context, these puppets don't mean jack shit. It's a fucking travesty. Just as much of a travesty as the mustache heard round the world tonight. Bobby Roode decides to shave the beard off. Now, it's one thing to leave yourself with a mustache. It's another thing to leave yourself with a mustache where you can't decide whether or not you want the handlebars or not. You can't handlebar your mustache half fucking way. And when you do that, you look like a knockoff Burt Reynolds. Or in the world of professional wrestling, as I tweeted out on Twitter earlier this evening while I was watching Monday Night Raw, I couldn't help but see Magnum TA. I saw Magnum TA with a haircut. That's what Bobby Roode looks like. Ravishing Robert Roode. Are they trying to turn him into the second coming of Rick Rude? What is that 70s porn star mustache? You know who else is pissed off about the mustache? This guy. Oh, yeah, forgot we were in the Funhouse, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I didn't forget. That bastard Robert Roode stole my mustache game. I don't got a good handlebar on it, but he likes to look like a 70s porn star, and that's my gig. I'm the constable porn star looking.
What are you talking about? You ain't never been no porn star.
I was a porn star once. You weren't even alive yet. Don't you get in my shit?
Listen, we're not here to talk about you and your mustache and anything. All I want to know, Mr. Constable Corbin, is did you enjoy tonight's Monday Night Raw?
No, I did not enjoy tonight's Monday Night Raw.
That is absolutely my concurring of it too. I know that's not how you say it. It's not concurring, but I do concur. I do concur with you, Mr. Constable Corbin. But once again, when you just start pulling out puppets and they don't really have context.
What do you mean? I have context. I wanted to complain about Robert Roode and his stupid porn star mustache.
Listen, this could be a good thing for Bobby Roode. All right?
Robert Roode.
Yes, okay, Robert Roode. We're going to have to start getting used to calling him Robert Roode once again. But listen, forget about the mustache. Do you think this could be good for the career of Bobby Roode? Like, he was stale, he was garbage, but now he's got this ridiculous mustache, and he's going to still come out, and he's going to try to reclaim his gloriousness. Do you think that's possible?
No. No.
All right, okay, all right. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Constable Corbin. Listen, you guys, I'm trying to have fun. And I hope you guys are having fun with me, because you know what wasn't fun? Raw was not fun, as usual. That's just business as usual. None of you guys are surprised by that fact. And if you sat through this 3-hour suckathon of a show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's start pinpointing some of the things wrong with this show. And we're going to start right off the bat with a report that I seen hit Twitter right as Monday Night Raw hit the airwaves, and Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer newsletter tweeted out that Monday Night Raw's script tonight was finalized only 4 minutes before showtime. And I absolutely believe that. When you look at how this show turned out, there is no way they weren't scrambling all over the place to try to get this show together. It's as if they really have no fucking clue what they want to do. How could you have had a superstar shakeup 7 days ago and have no fucking idea what you wanted to do the following week? Weren't some of the moves made because you had ideas in place about where you wanted to go moving forward from here? Oh, let's not forget that some of the moves made were actually negated earlier today. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Andrade, back to SmackDown Live. What the fuck were they put on Raw for in the first place? You want an example of how fucked up this company is? There you go. Not even 1 week after this superstar shakeup with all these blockbuster moves, you're taking fucking moves back because you have no fucking clue what you guys are doing. So what do? We default to the regular Monday Night Raw fucking formula. 20-minute opening segment, one fucking asshole after the next, talking about how they deserve a shot at fucking Seth Rollins. When you look up and down at every single person that came out, not one of them have a legitimate claim to go one-on-one against Seth Rollins. You give me one fucking reason Baron Corbin deserves to even be in consideration for this, and I'll smack you right in the face. Alright, so don't even come at me with that garbage. What the fuck has Drew McIntyre done to make you guys think he's a viable shot at the Universal Championship? What has he done to deserve that? Absolutely nothing. The Miz. The Miz has come back to Raw, and now he feels like he deserves a fucking Universal Championship shot? Why? Why? Because you've been fucking dicked around by Shane McMahon? I'm supposed to feel bad for you and say, oh no, The Miz deserves a title shot. I want to see The Miz versus AJ Styles in the main event of Monday Night Raw. No, I don't. No, I don't. Even AJ Styles himself, what legitimate reason does he have to claim he deserves a shot at Seth Rollins at the opening of tonight's show? None. Nobody has a reason to be out there. Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar. He deserves to be the Universal Champion. What have any of you fucking ham and eggers done to deserve a shot at the championship? 6 men put into 2 matches. So we have 2 triple threats, and the winner of each triple threat is going to face off at the end of the night to see who's going to be the number 1 contender for Seth Rollins' Universal Championship. And right off the bat, if you didn't know it was AJ Styles, then you have mental problems. Who the fuck else is there? There isn't anybody else, and it puts them into a weird conundrum where the thing that I'm complaining about the most is, how are we going right to this program? AJ Styles is barely on Monday Night Raw for 7 full days. At this hour right now, maybe it's 7 full days the man is on Raw, and he has been just thrust into the Universal Championship picture with no real earning of it. Give me a break. A fucking triple threat match and then a win versus Baron Corbin. That's all you need to do to earn a Universal Championship shot? Why not hold all this shit back? Why does Seth Rollins have to defend the championship at Money in the Bank? Why can't he be there and watch 6 guys bust their asses in order to get a shot at his Universal Championship at SummerSlam? That's the big money match, especially when you want to have it be AJ Styles. The phenomenal AJ Styles versus the Beast Slayer, the King Slayer, Seth Rollins. That's a SummerSlam magnitude match. Not fucking Money in the Bank. You think anybody's going to be talking about AJ versus Seth? They're going to be talking about what they always talking about at the end of a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and that's the Money in the Bank match. Which they didn't give 2 shits about tonight. 4 weeks till the pay-per-view, shouldn't you be having qualifying matches? Or is it just going to be everybody that didn't make it in tonight? Plus boring Trashley. What the fuck are they doing? Absolutely ridiculous. No, I am not upset that AJ Styles is wrestling Seth Rollins. What I am upset is the way they go about these things. There is no care. There is no love or passion for anything that they're doing. Look at what they did to Daniel Bryan. As soon as Daniel Bryan came back, it was one dream opponent after the next. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Brock Lesnar, just burning through every opponent Daniel Bryan's ever wanted to face. Not making anything special. Some of these matches happening on a SmackDown Live. They don't have a grasp on big money matches anymore. They do not understand how big a match like Seth Rollins and AJ Styles could be. They're both baby faces right now. They're shaking hands, mutual respect. Who's going to be the better man? How fucking exciting has any of that ever been? How has that gone in the past? It hasn't gone well. You're going to go through this whole entire feud and not have either one of these guys end up skirting on the lines of a heel persona? Most especially AJ Styles. Seth Rollins is where he needs to be right now. AJ Styles has been the house that AJ Styles built on SmackDown Live, and he's been nauseatingly babyface for such a long time, and AJ Styles is a very good heel. It would not hurt him to change personas as he's changed shows. He shaved up his face. He's got a little bit of a different look going on. Change it up. Make it interesting. No, we're just going to have 2 guys up. I earned my spot. We're friends, and I'm going to shake your hand now, and we're going to go down and tear it up at Money in the Bank. Some of you guys might think I'm nitpicking on this, but that is the facts, Jack. The whole thing with me is tradition. It's purist in a way. When you want to throw together a 3-hour fucking circus that accomplishes nothing and spend no time building towards the future, building towards the big shows. Sure, Money in the Bank is now considered a big show to some, not me. Money in the Bank, in my opinion, shouldn't even be its own fucking show. You gotta cut some of them fucking matches off the WrestleMania card and put the Money in the Bank where it belongs. As a WrestleMania match. Not its own theme pay-per-view. Just like Hell in a Cell and all of the others. The only theme pay-per-views that should still be around are the Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble, and everything else should be specialty matches that make these boring-ass pay-per-view shows you put together seem a little bit more exciting. It would be a whole lot more exciting if we had a Hell in a Cell happening at a WrestleMania. Not just, oh, it's Hell in a Cell. We're going to get 3 fucking Hell in a Cell matches. They're all going to be the same. We're going to do it again next year. The Elimination Chamber. Pull it out of nowhere for a Survivor Series. Where it was born. No specialness. Just rush, rush, rush. Do everything now. Quick, quick, quick. We don't have to do anything special. Just do it. Terrible. Terrible mistake. We're going to get a great match out of it. But imagine how much greater it could have been with a little bit of care. Awful. Triple threat match number 1, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Rey Mysterio. This was a great match. It was way too short when you take into account how long the other fucking triple threat match was with 3 people we didn't want to see. Yet a triple threat match here with 3 people we do want to see. Guys that had great chemistry and put on a fucking great match. And I enjoyed every minute of this match until the very end. Because here comes huge mistake number 2. Why they keep having the champions pinned on television. Samoa Joe, since winning the United States Championship, has been the most losing champion I think I have ever seen. What does the United States Championship even mean? In the last 2 years, it's probably been the worst booked title on all of the company, and that's including the Universal Championship. I mean, at least the Universal Championship was around the waist of a legitimate fighter. You know what I mean? He was a big money fighter, and he went away for months at a time, and it irked us. But look at the United States title. Every time they put it on somebody, it goes away. That person fades away into nothingness. Shinsuke Nakamura, nothing. Rusev, nothing. R-Truth, nothing. Samoa Joe, nothing. Nothing but loss after loss after loss. And in this particular scenario, what fucking harm would it have done for Rey Mysterio to be the one to eat the pin? You didn't want AJ to pin Rey Mysterio because they're both two good guys, but you're going to have him fight Seth Rollins for the championship, and that's okay. Rey Mysterio was not going to win this match. He was not going to be in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Why could not he be the one pin? Didn't he get most of the fucking damage in that fucking Styles Clash anyway? The man was sandwiched in between AJ Styles and the Samoan submission machine. He took the most damage. Samoa Joe was the one getting counted out. I don't get it. I don't get it. And not that I'm the biggest Iconics fan, because everybody knows that I'm not, but when you put the championships around their waist, I expected you to take them at least a little bit seriously, but we're still getting the same ear-grating fucking promos that produce zero reaction from the crowd, because nobody gives a shit when these girls talk. It don't matter how hot Peyton Royce or Billie Kay is, they can't fucking talk on the stick, and they are terrible on the mic, and maybe just as bad in the ring. I can't tell you guys, because they're barely in the ring as it is. The WWE doesn't use them in the proper way. And then tonight we get Billie Kay booked in a singles match versus Naomi, who's making her debut on Monday Night Raw. What part of you thinks Naomi's not going to win this match? And why, in God's name, were you not giving her somebody who it wouldn't hurt to lose? Somebody like a Dana Brooke. Alicia fucking Fox, instead of fighting the champion, she should have been in this match getting her ass kicked by Naomi so that Naomi can have a nice big bump on her arrival to Monday Night Raw. Not a match versus the tag team champions, or one of the tag team champions. Why aren't they fighting in tag team matches? Oh, well, this is going to lead to Naomi finding a partner. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Was she going to bring back fucking Ariane? We're going to get the Funkadactyls back? That's going to get me fucking going. That's going to make me tune into Raw every fucking month. Oh, the Funkadactyls are back. Yo, give them Lacey Evans and we can all dance. Bam, bam. The Funkadactyls. No fucking thank you. Asuka's got her fucking hands full on SmackDown Live. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be Sarah Logan? She's going to be out of the fucking Riot Squad? She's going to be hanging out with fucking Naomi? She's going to be Ruby Riot? Ruby Riot, who was fucking with Naomi all on SmackDown Live? Now they're going to be best buds? Who's it going to be? Bayley's on SmackDown Live. You're going to bring Sasha Banks back and put her with fucking Naomi, even though she wants to be outsky-boutsky? Hell fucking no. What are they going to do? Bring back a fucking legend? Who cares? Naomi should be given a legitimate singles program. She is probably the most athletic girl on the roster. She's underutilized and she's over-talented. And you're going to stick her in a fucking tag team when you got nothing going on in the women's division outside of Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch. A women's division that is so fucking bad, you got nobody to give the champ except Alicia fucking Fox, a 10-year fucking veteran who can't execute a fucking headlock, who botched 4 times in this matchup and made the champ look like a chump. Unacceptable. How do they not have anything better than that? You have some of the best female talents in the world. You put Becky Lynch in the ring with Alicia Fox? Girl hasn't been in the ring in fucking months. Why is she in there with a champion? Come on. You've got to do better than that. It's a fucking disgrace. It's a disgrace to the women's division. Everything that they're doing is nothing but disgraceful, for the most part. And disrespectful, if you ask me. Fucking ridiculous. Naomi's gonna win her first match. You're not gonna have her come in and dud out because she hasn't been doing shit. Naomi beats Billie Kay. Big fucking deal. Who cares? Triple threat number 2. I wanted to kill myself during this match. Baron Constable Dickhead Corbin versus Drew Boring as Shit McIntyre and the must not see anymore Miz. This match was way too long. I did not want any of these guys advancing not only to the match with AJ Styles, but even to be considered for a Universal Championship match. Of these 3 men, maybe The Miz. Maybe. Drew McIntyre, they built him up to feed him to Roman Reigns, and he lost at WrestleMania, and now Drew McIntyre's stock is 0. Baron Corbin is a fucking lost cause beyond even repeating myself. I don't even want to fucking talk about it anymore. Because the guy is a fucking joke. And my biggest fear tonight, after he won this ridiculously too long triple threat match, was that he was going to be the one to make it to Money in the Bank. At least if we could have a silver lining tonight, it's that Baron Corbin is not challenging for the Universal Championship. Why this show didn't start off, excuse me, right off the bat, with the first triple threat match, and AJ Styles just advancing to a match with Seth Rollins, I'll never know. It was unnecessary for this second triple threat match, and the subsequent AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin fucking Vince McMahon dream match. Who the fuck wants to see that? It was on Monday Night Raw tonight, and I didn't even watch it. I didn't even care. I had my fucking TV on, and I was listening and just waiting for the bell. It was a given that AJ Styles was going to be the one going forward in this scenario. You'd have to be crazy to think otherwise. About as crazy as fucking Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is going to come out here every fucking week and tell us to go to hell, and I'm going to tell you I don't care. Tell me to go to hell. I don't give a shit what you think, Sami Zayn. Just like I don't give a shit what people think in fucking the entire world. I don't care, for the most part, what other people think of me, of my opinions, of my channel, of my hat, of my puppets, of my hammer. I don't give a fuck what you think. You know who I care? I care about what I think. And this is what I think. I think Sami Zayn is a fucking waste of time right now. You're trying to get him over by slandering the fans. Don't we have enough of that? Daniel Bryan's already doing it 10 times better than Sami Zayn can do it. We're tired of Elias coming out here telling us we're fucking stupid and to go to hell and shitting on everybody. All these people that want to come out and talk can go the fuck away. All of you. I don't have time on my wrestling show for more bullshit. I don't want Sami Zayn coming out there, dancing like a fucking jackass, going into the middle of the ring, saying this whole meaningless story, and then telling us all, oh, well, by the way, yous can all go to hell. Fuck you. I don't care. I don't care. You know what would make me care? If you, instead of just walking by Cedric Alexander, turned around and just fucking attacked Cedric Alexander. Not without saying a word. Don't tell me to go to hell. Don't tell me about your trip to fucking Serbia. Don't tell me about your politics and why you fucking are depressed because you're on Monday Night Raw. We're all fucking depressed by Monday Night Raw. Get on the fucking bandwagon. You think you're the only one? Monday Night Raw causes sadness and depression to me every single fucking week. I'm supposed to feel bad for you? Keep blaming the fans. Talk, fucking talk. Go out there and fucking wrestle. beat somebody up, punch somebody in the fucking mouth. That's wrestling. That's how you start feuds. Who is Sami Zayn feuding with? The fans? Get the fuck out of here. Cedric Alexander debuts versus Cesaro. I have a huge problem here. My problem is, and I had some guy tell me on Twitter, and he actually did have a valid point. And he said, Cedric Alexander, if you're watching 205 Live, which I don't really watch anymore, I just don't have the time, has been in a bit of a slump as of late. He's kind of like the kid who can't win. He's like a down on his luck sort of competitor, right? If you're watching 205 Live, you know this. If you're not watching 205 Live, like myself, and probably the majority of people that watch Monday Night Raw, you have no fucking reason to know this. And now you see Cedric Alexander come out on Monday Night Raw and get swallowed up by Cesaro. Beaten by an established star. For what fucking reason? Cesaro has been in the tag team division. This is his first singles match without Sheamus out there with him in a long-ass time. He needed to win tonight? Who do you think needed to win tonight? Oh, but they might be starting a feud between Cedric and Cesaro. Don't you think it would have been better still to have Cedric beat the established star, get under the skin of Cesaro, give him that 1, 2, 3 kid sort of moment, let the crowd that was watching tonight live and all of us at home jump up in surprise and shock and go, holy shit, this kid Cedric just beat fucking Cesaro. He must be the real deal. And now you have a reason to get excited to see Cedric Alexander. You threw him out on Monday Night Raw, you fed him to the fucking Swedish Wolf, and now what is he? Now I'm gonna care? Now, well, we want Cedric to get revenge? Revenge for what? Cesaro just beat him clean in a legit wrestling match. What's to feel bad for? What I feel bad for Cedric Alexander is that he was moved to Monday Night Raw. Makes no sense. Don't you think it would have been better the other way around? Give the kid a win. Get used to the crowd was ready for it. The crowd that was at Monday Night Raw tonight was ready to fucking burst for Cedric Alexander when he beat Cesaro because so many people thought it might happen. I even thought it might happen. And then it didn't. And Cesaro wins. And Cedric loses. And I'm asking why? Why was it necessary to have Cesaro win? Why was he booked to win? This is good storytelling? You give the new guy who's making his debut the win, so everybody starts to look at him like something that matters. Now he just looks like another fucking jobber. He looks like the next No Way fucking Jose. What do you care about a Cedric Alexander now? He had as much impact tonight as he did when he first came on, when they first announced the Cruiserweight division and had the fucking purple ropes on Monday Night Raw. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cesaro wins. Didn't need it. The Usos backstage have a standoff with the Revival. They welcomed the Revival to the Uso Penitentiary. It was pretty entertaining. The Usos' microphone game is 100% on point. There is no other tag team doing it up like the Usos do. Backstage, in the ring, they are probably the best the WWE has. And they showed it tonight in their little promo with the Revival. Falling asleep on the Revival while they were trying to defend themselves and make their case for wanting a shot at the Usos. And I would love that match. I think that would be a fucking great match to see. That's the type of match you should be booking for a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Something to get one of these two teams over. I don't think the WWE gives two fucks about the Revival anymore. I don't think they ever really have. Many of you guys echo that sentiment, and I easily would expect the Usos to come out on top by the time this feud ends. But it would be interesting to see them in the ring. I think they would have fantastic chemistry. The Usos and the Revival headed for a collision at some point in the near future. The Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders. I don't hate it as much as I hated the Viking experience. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I hear the Viking Raiders and I feel like I'm listening to ESPN when they're calling down the score sheet for the NFL every Sunday. Viking Raiders this Sunday in Minnesota. Vikings Raiders. That being said, this is a better name. It's not the best name. I still maintain they should have just kept their original name. And Vince McMahon doing the most Vince McMahon thing that has ever Vince McMahoned. He took the War Raiders finishing maneuver, which I believe was called the Hammer or the Thor's Hammer, or had some really cool name Mauro Ranallo used to fucking shout out. And they called it the Viking Experience. So now the Viking Raiders hits you with the Viking Experience. And I still want to throw up in my mouth a little bit, because the guy's such a fucking prick. He can't just curl it up in a ball, take the paper, crumple it up, and throw it in the wastebasket for 3 points from the office desk. He's got to still take it and go, oh, you hated the name? You fucking dumb fans? Now I'm going to still say it, and I'm going to say it in every match, and it's going to be the way every single fucking match the Viking Raiders end. With the Viking Experience. Fuck you, fans. Fuck you hard. Fucking ridiculous. And while I do appreciate the name change, I do not appreciate the style of booking we are apparently going to go about with the Viking Raiders. We're going to Braun Strowman these guys. We're going to give them matches versus guys like Lucha House Party and have them beaten in less than a minute. And I'm supposed to give a shit about the War Raiders now being the Viking Raiders when they're going to be squashing people in 30 seconds. I've seen this team wrestle in tag team matches nearly half an hour long, taking on the Undisputed Era in a War Games matchup. These are the type of things that made the Viking Raiders what most of us fans come to know them as, and you're going to give us 30-minute squash matches versus opponents half their size. I don't think the 3 Lucha House Party members combined equal up to Ivar's weight alone. But this is the match we're getting. What a fucking waste of time. Becky Lynch. The Man comes out for her match. She's got something to say before the matchup, which I really would have just rather this been the segment. Becky Lynch talking about how great it is to be champion. Everybody's talking about how they got targets on their back, and she was visited by Lacey Evans, who decided to grace our presence and give us her voice once again. She's not just walking around strutting her ridiculous 1950s inspired dresses and her gigantic sun hats. She's actually got something to say. She's got her eyes on the WWE Raw Women's Championship, apparently. I don't think Becky Lynch is defending both championships at every turn, but we do have Lacey Evans being set up to be her next challenger. There was a little back and forth between the two, which happened prior to the absolutely unnecessary Becky Lynch versus Alicia Fox match, which was nothing more than a Botchamania highlight reel. And Becky Lynch comes out with the win, as you might expect. I was very, very fearful for a short moment that Lacey Evans was going to find a way to cost Becky Lynch the match, and we were going to actually see Alicia Fox beat Becky Lynch. Thankfully, that was not the case. However, this match was completely unnecessary. The segment should have just been Becky Lynch confronted by Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans could deliver that awful woman's right, and that could have been the end of it. All that match time, the exposure for Alicia Fox, absolutely unnecessary. That should have been curled up and thrown in the garbage bin alongside the Viking Experience name. But that's not the case. Robert Roode and his 70s fucking Magnum TA inspired mustache shows up tonight and defeats Ricochet. Before we're going to get into the match, we have no choice but to mention the WWE playing fucking games again, messing around with Ricochet's entrance music. You're talking about one of the best pieces of music the WWE has produced for some of its newer superstars. Ricochet's song was fantastic. Why we're adding rolling thunder and pew, 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 Ricochet bullet sounds. Pew, 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 pew. Maybe it was a little bit distracting. Maybe they didn't tell him about these sounds, and it caught him off guard. I think Ricochet thought people were trying to shoot at him, and that's why he wasn't on his game to defeat 70s porn star, ravishing Robert Roode. He reminds me of fucking Joey Ryan with this mustache. And if you know anything about me, you know that Joey Ryan is the one thing about professional wrestling that I absolutely fucking hate with a passion. I hate him more than I hate Monday Night Raw, and that's saying something. But I look at Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, and I do not see what I want to see. However, we may be taking steps in a more logical and much better direction if he does make a turn in character and stops, pandering to the fucking fans and starts skating the lines of that old NXT heel version of Bobby Roode, which is what we all expected to come to Monday Night Raw anyway. This may be a good thing before all is said and done. Monday Night Raw, like we talked about at the beginning of the show with the whole AJ Styles thing, they have no big names. They really don't. They have no big bad guys. No true heels. Bobby Roode could fit that mold. I thought Andrade maybe could fit that mold, but I didn't actually really believe that because I don't think the WWE values Andrade Cien Almas the way we fans do. He speaks very broken English. He's got a heavy accent. Vince is never high on that type of shit. It's racist, but it's the truth, in a way. But this could be a step in a positive direction for Robert Roode. The fact that he beat Ricochet is not really killing me so much. Well, I don't truly agree with it because Ricochet is the star on the rise. Bobby Roode's getting a turnaround. He's getting a repackaging. So, even booking them against each other, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you got Ricochet building all this momentum, becoming a popular star on the roster, and then you got Bobby Roode who needs to go over because you're trying to do something with him now finally, and you don't want that to come off looking bad. So no matter who wins, you lose. So this was just a terribly chosen matchup here, just based off of each guy individually. I'm not too upset that Ricochet lost. Ricochet with Aleister Black has been cutting a rug in the tag team division. He has been on the losing end of things for the last couple of times. He's been in the ring with Aleister Black, so it's not as if he's never lost before. He wasn't undefeated or anything like that. Maybe in singles competition, but that certainly is no longer the case as the new Robert Roode, the stash, gets the win over the one and only. This is something that could lead to a long-term feud just based off of what happened tonight, and I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Bobby Roode versus Ricochet, I think, could be a great program for the future if they color all the pieces in their proper colors, and Bobby Roode comes out there with that arrogant, no-nonsense, take-no-prisoners attitude versus the fan-favorite, sympathetic, very easy to root for King Ricochet. That's got money all over it. And in the meantime, you're building Robert Roode up to take that next step so that maybe he could be a prime candidate other than AJ Styles to challenge Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship somewhere down the line. Let's bring this home with the final half an hour of this show, which started off with the FireFly Funhouse Party, which we already kind of touched base upon. I'm not pulling all the puppets back out again. Alright, I'm not doing it because I'm not fucking Bray Wyatt. I'm not here to play with puppets, and I don't truly understand it. And while we riffed on it and we had our fun with it, hopefully you're still here with me 40 minutes in to understand that I'm unsure about how to feel about this whole thing. What I don't want is more talking segments, more bullshit comedy, more stuff taking away from the wrestling. But if anybody can pull something like this off, it is definitely a Bray Wyatt. The guy is just a charisma machine. And you've seen that tonight. He shaved his beard, clean shaven, looked nice and neat. Guy trimmed up. Looks like a fucking beast. He looks absolutely great. But this character, skating the lines on me, man. It's coming off a little bit cheesy. It's coming off as very unnecessary. And I think maybe mildly offensive. If you, like me, are a child that grew up with a Mr. Rogers influence, or watching shows like Pee-wee's Playhouse, maybe like me, you got like a very, almost like a dirty feeling. Like, this is kind of gross and not cool in a way. Maybe you didn't feel that way. Maybe that's just me. But I'm going to hold off my judgment before we truly bring the hammer down on the FireFly Funhouse Party. Could he be schizophrenic? Is he going to be this happy guy chainsawing the old Bray Wyatt in half? Or is that old Bray Wyatt going to rear his head once in a while? Maybe like Finn Balor with the demon. I don't know. And you don't know. Which actually is a good thing, because it makes you almost have no choice but to watch next week. It doesn't make me want to. I don't want to truly see him go down this path unless something interesting is coming. If this is just going to be Bray Wyatt from now on, then just check me out right now. There's got to be something more to it. And we're just going to have to wait before we truly reserve judgment on the FireFly Funhouse Party, and whether it's going to be an epic failure or whether it's a piece of genius being put on by Bray Wyatt. I took to Twitter like I do during Monday Night Raw, and I voiced my displeasure immediately. And some of you guys probably seen that if you're following me on Twitter. If you're not, go check it out right now. But my initial feelings are still there. I just don't like it. And it made me for a minute just want to turn off Raw, because I knew the only thing left was going to be AJ versus Baron Corbin. I didn't even really care to see that match at all. But when I'm watching Bray Wyatt with the hurt and heel words on his hands and this very weird kind of retro horror type thing going on, very Adult Swim-like, it's just strange. So you almost have to come back just to see what the fuck is going on with Bray Wyatt and his zombie buzzards and his baby dolls. Because I don't get it. Then we finished off this night with AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. And I, honest to God, I'm looking you guys right in the eye right now, and I'm telling you, I didn't watch a fucking minute of that match. Not one. I kept my eyes locked on my Twitter feed. And I actually was arguing with a couple of people who had the fucking nerve to defend Alicia Fox. People that believe that Becky Lynch is the one that has been botching. Are you fucking out of your mind? Oh, Becky Lynch has been botching for years. What fucking product are you watching? Are you mixing up her name with Dana Brooke? Are you mixing the man up with Lana? Or Alicia Fox? I don't understand. What fucking matches was this girl watching? That's what happens. You say one fucking thing, you state your opinion, and I might not have been nice about it, and I don't need to be nice about it, but the fact remains, all the fucking little Fox defenders come out, they retract their claws. Oh, don't talk about Foxy. What are you, fucking nuts? Trying to throw shade at me for that shit. Oh, well, if you really look, Alicia was going for a backbreaker and Becky didn't catch it. Are you fucking burnt? How the fuck do you know what Alicia Fox was going for? You know what it looked like she was going for? Was a head scissors. And she fucked it up. How would she go upside down and grab Becky's head with her legs if she was going for a backbreaker, you fucking idiot? Holy shit. So I spent most of the time, as AJ was wasting his time with Baron Corbin, I was wasting my time fighting morons on fucking Twitter. You have got to be kidding me. And that was my night. That's going to be the end of this Monday Night Raw review. Baron Corbin in the fucking main event. Baron Corbin given a match with one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he couldn't even hold my interest, not even half a second. As soon as his fucking Chrome Dome and that awful song started to fucking play, I just tuned the fuck out. Then he had the nerve to have the referee do the whole Apollo Creed thing. You know when Apollo Creed used to come out and he made the ring announcer announce all of his names? The Count of Monte Fisto, the King of Swing, the this, the that. Corbin's using that shit. Oh, the man who beat Kurt Angle in his final match. Seriously? You could list as many titles before your name as you want. Golden Gloves winner, martial arts champion, the guy that fucking shot JFK, the guy that killed, what the fuck was his name, Osama Bin Laden. Baron Corbin could have all of these accolades above his name. I still wouldn't give two shits about this man. And what this company sees in a fucking 7-foot-tall dumbwaiter in a fucking bellhop suit, I will never know. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Monday Night Raw review. Thank you so much for joining me as always. If you missed anything on the channel, everything as always is listed in the annotations up above. All of our reviews and previews from last week, if you missed it, are going to be up there. And we got lots of stuff coming to the channel now that we got the setup 110%. We got more shows in our brain. We're going to try to produce them and get them out there and coming at you. We have to get bringing the hammer down back up and running. We have to redo the logos. We had a little bit of a data fuck up as we were transferring from one to the other, and I did lose quite a few things, hence the new thumbnails and some of the new things you are going to be seeing on this channel in the next couple of months as we are coming up at the end of year 3, because the summer is right around the fucking corner. We just finished Easter. Next thing you know, the summer's going to be here. It's SummerSlam. We'll mark our 4th year anniversary, and I hope that we can get to 2,000 subs before then, and the best way to do that is with awesome wrestling fans like you who enjoyed the shit out of my show tonight to come along and join the greatest family in the whole entire YouTube wrestling community, and that is the Sledgehammer TV family, full of my brothers and sisters, my sledgeheads of the Sledgehammer Club, and we are the most honest, the most fun-loving, and just absolutely brutal force in all of the YouTube wrestling community. Who else do you got pulling out multiple puppets, swinging fucking hammers, championship microphones? You don't know nobody else like that, but you do now. And my name, ladies and gentlemen, is Nick Nightmare. This is the team Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Don't call him a mallet. This is his tag team partner, Blue the Snowball Microphone, the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in all the world. The most important member of the team, as always, is each and every one of you. And if you have not subscribed by now, please smash that subscribe button right now. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing as we continue our journey to taking over YouTube one sub at a time. And it's going to start with you right now. Also, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed anything and everything that we did or said here today on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Monday Night Raw review, and then share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, especially if they were fucking confused as shit by the FireFly Funhouse Party, or whatever the fuck it was called, tonight on Monday Night Raw. That, my friends, is going to do it, and we are out of here. And we will see you next time right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. Boom.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.